Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. Thank you guys for bearing with us as some things came up last week, so we decided to take the week off. But we are back, and boy, do we have a lot of information to dump on you guys. So glad you guys are back here listening with us, and hey, let's get it!
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, hearts soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.
Welcome, everybody. After a little bit of a week break, after the Falcons season, we return to you weekly. Kraemer, how you feeling after a little bit of a break? You feel rejuvenated?
I mean, leave it to us to take
Yeah.
a week break and the world catches on fire in Atlanta, and some things happened during that time period.
Yeah, I think we honestly couldn't have picked a worse week to try to stack it up. So we're going to be as respectful as possible to all of our awesome listeners, whether you're listening in Russia, Italy, or the United States of America. We're going to try to keep it tight for you today. To kick it off, Kraemer, well, this day and day, 1998. This happened on January 21st back then. Falcons won the NFC Championship game. Do you remember what that was like when you were like 3 years old, 2 years old, to win NFC
No.
Championship games?
I remember what it was like in 2016.
Yeah, it was sick. I bet you actually don't.
2017.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it was sick. I went to the Super Bowl. We lost that Super Bowl, obviously, but nonetheless,
Hard
pretty
times.
good occasion.
Hard times.
That is.
Haven't been the same since, to be quite honest with you.
No, since I was 3, it changed my life forever.
Yeah, which actually, that is a perfect segue into the next conversation we have, because with Falcons news, so many things have happened since the last breaking news that we had of the firing of Raheem Morris and also of Terry, our general manager. So to kick things off with that, let's go ahead and start it with, hey, welcome home, Matty Ice, baby.
Yeah, welcome home, Matty Ice, dude. Mr. Prez, El Presidente of
El Presidente, Mr. Ryan. Yeah.
Football operations. I love that this position was also like made for Matt Ryan. Like it wasn't officially a position. They were just like, we really need him. He's new to all this, so we're just going to make him the new president.
Not to like toot my own horn or anything, but we do this podcast. I do love football. So since the Matt Ryan hire, I've had multiple people reach out to me asking, what is that? What is the president of football? I had to tell them, I was like, from what my understanding is, he is overseeing all football decisions and decision making, meaning, because again, like you said, this is a position that I don't think exists in other organizations. So the Falcons, we really are starting our own democratic
front office situation.
We're starting our own democracy government over here before winning a Super Bowl. So that's
good
cool.
for us.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Yeah, welcome to the free world, baby.
I also, before we go any further, Kraemer, I have some exciting news for you. I'm doing this because Arthur Blank did this, and I think as owners of this podcast, we have the right to do this. I'm naming you president of operations of Atlanta Sports Special.
Wow.
Congratulations, dude. Hey, clap it up for Kraemer, everybody.
What an honor.
That's really sick. I just created that position. It's really more of a management. You're going to do a lot of the editing, but I just want to congratulate you on your new title. The implications of this with Matt Ryan, I think everybody's excited to have Matt Ryan associated with the Falcons again. The biggest thing for me with Matty Ice is like you have a guy who did a lot, who had a lot of weapons, but can see holes. I mean, from a third party perspective of where we need to go.
Yeah.
And what we need to get and acquire. Whereas Terry Fontenot was getting quarterbacks and then paying more quarterbacks and then getting other It's like, dude, I think you're missing something that we need, which is people to protect, people to get after you know what I mean? Like all this stuff he kind of cut onto at the end, like respect for his last draft class.
Yeah.
But Matty Ice is going to be a great balancing act in there before a GM goes hot and heavy to something to say, hey, is this really the best move, which is smart.
I think what excites me about the role, so I have, it's like I have two sides of the coin here, where it's awesome Matt Ryan gets to be in the position to build up the team that gave him a chance back in 2007, 2006, after drafting him, which is awesome because I would like to think that he is going to go in there and understand, hey, I'm going to help build this team everything that I didn't get.
Mhm.
Like all the things that were weak for me that didn't help me prosper, I'm going to help this team go and get. The other thing I have to say about this is just me being the skeptic I am now because remember we were hopeful, pessimistic, and now we're skeptical.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, the
As is
three
the life. That's the phases of an
that is the
Atlanta.
phase of every season of the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
So that being said, we still have not hired a general manager. And
No.
if we're interviewing, from my understanding, they haven't really listed a lot of people that we've been interviewing. However, so
But
the
you know who is in charge of the search is Matt Ryan.
correct. And that's
So,
but
that's
now
interesting. He has that much power immediately, you know what I mean?
exactly, and that's what I'm saying more so is that job even something desirable by people interviewing if
Uh,
they don't get final say in anything because all the last bit of paperwork, all executive orders have to be signed by the president. So
right.
and it gives them a lot less ability to have their say in the draft. Obviously, they get to say their piece when it comes to when we draft and whatnot. But I mean, if Matt Ryan doesn't see the vision, he doesn't see the vision, which is more like, I think this is something that could easily divide the fandom a lot more because there's people that still don't like Matt Ryan and his career for the Falcons. There's people on Twitter going like Michael Vick was still a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. Well, you know what? In the famous words of Kanye West, everybody wants to know what would happen if Michael Vick didn't get arrested. I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know. That guy finished out as an Eagle and then a Steeler, and then,
Exactly.
that's
So
nasty work. That is not what happened to our sweet prince who only went to the Colts because he wanted another shot at it, which
he wasn't ready to be done with football, and then he
no.
got there and
I'm right.
found out real fast that maybe he wasn't done with football, but football was done with him, and that's fine.
And now it's not, man. It recycled him back. It's interesting. You bring up a really strong point, Kramer. And I wonder, and tell me your thoughts on this. I wonder if a lot of it has to do with, like, as they're looking for this GM role, having someone who can check and balance a GM instead of them making all these decisions with their team.
Yeah.
I think it keeps a lot of the old head GMs away from the job who are like, I just want control. I've been doing this forever, blah, blah, blah. And it brings in a new regime of like potentially younger guys who could have the ability to be like, I'm cool with being a part of a larger project if I still like, if it's my say with Matt Ryan's input, I'm good with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be it will be an interesting talking point. Like, I'll be interested on draft day if whoever the GM is and Matt Ryan are high-fiving together when they get it, or if they're sitting on opposite sides of the room with their telephones talking to Arthur.
Yeah, I think this past season, was Arthur Blank is getting older. I think he finally, like, something clicked in his brain where he's like, "Dude, the recipe that's been going on traditionally for the past 15, 20 years with this team has not been working out. I need to switch it up. I need to do something different." So he brought in a hometown hero, somebody that is a legend in the Atlanta Falcons community, somebody he has a great relationship with their family and everything is that such. So I think it's important that Arthur Blank gets that side where it's somebody who actually played the game, who actually knows this team, who actually knows this city and knows I mean, on a weekly basis, no matter how good Matt Ryan was doing, he was hearing it from somebody in the fan base on the internet of just like,
Yeah, man.
"Wow, he looks like a scared baby deer." I probably
He
said
he
that,
could he could
but
He did look unstable in the pocket at times. That's okay. We now have Michael Penix, so we're used to that.
yeah, so I don't know. That's just my whole spiel about the thing where I think Arthur Blank is nothing's been working, so we're switching it up completely, and I think I like it. I mean, I like bringing Matt Ryan home, making a new position for him. I think you're right when it comes to that GM position. Maybe we're gonna get somebody a little bit less experienced in that role, depending on who we're interviewing with, but it's somebody that can grow into the role well and being like, shadowing like Matt Ryan in that sense.
Yeah, and this also could be a perspective for the future. Like, I think you brought up a good point about Arthur Blank. Like, he's followed the same losing coaching hierarchy.
Mm.
He's trusted the same people who have been associated with this organization for 20 years. And I think even though it's not a shakeup in, like, who he knows, because he obviously, like you said, he has a great relationship with Matt
Yep.
Ryan, it's a shakeup in he's clearly saying what I've done doesn't work. So for him to be even doing this in the first place is a great step for the organization. And then obviously, what was it like? Less than a week after Matt Ryan gets assigned president, we got a new leader at the helm.
Yeah, so new head coach has been hired in Atlanta, and the internet is pissed. We have signed Kevin Stefanski, former head coach of the Browns,
Love it.
two-time head coach of the year.
Yeah. Within the past 6 years.
Yeah, which that skipped me by every chance. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's okay. So it's just eerily similar to what we saw not even 2.5 years ago, right? Where we signed this head coach. I think what I want to start off with, what I'm unsettled with is that we signed a head coach before the season was over. Like, I feel like we had a lot, maybe because, okay, so I think there's 15 head coaching job positions open right
Mhm.
now. So maybe that's the fact that we were like I think we panic hired first. I think we interviewed a decent amount of people, which is great. Well, I mean, people like Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for Seattle, the defensive coordinator, Arden Durd for Seattle, Anthony Weaver, John Harbaugh, and we even interviewed Mike McDaniels for the head coaching positions. I mean, some pretty notable names there. I know there was probably some other ones they had some conversations with, but they didn't, officially want to announce, because I think there were some talks about Matt LaFleur and
I think Brian Flores was also brought in for an interview.
yeah, which would have been kind of cool. Like Brian
Yeah,
Flores, I mean, I think he's a great defensive mind, but
that's
I'm
great. We are not lacking in defensive talent or defensive scheme, which is my
correct.
whole thing going into this.
Yeah.
It was like we've got to have someone who's got a aptitude for scoring points, or at least showing that they can do that from a coaching perspective.
I know there was conversation rumors of having conversations with Robert Saleh as well. And my thing is the abundance of coaches was insane, right? More than what we had 2.5 years ago. And obviously the skeptic in me is just thinking, did we make the right decision? Did we pull the trigger too fast? Did we maybe I guess we're not in the position where we can really wait. However, I just think that,
Well, I'll tell you what I think while Kramer's microphone and computer take a crap
yeah,
is that
there it is. All right, wait. Are you there? Why is my
I'm here.
yeah, okay, my camera just cut out. What the heck?
It's a MLK Wednesday when we're
Holy
recording.
crap.
So
My
you
camera,
also,
like
you also have like a terrible sound.
yeah, dude.
Is your computer on fire?
Dude,
The sound is gone. You're good.
okay, yeah, no, the camera, like, my camera is, like, exploded. When I say explode, it's, like, rattling, I don't know.
No, I hear the rattling.
Okay, hold on, let me just switch cameras. This is crazy. Oh, I'll just have to edit all this out, this is
You're
nuts.
good.
What the heck? I'm gonna have to switch to my other camera, which is significantly worse. Alright, hey, what's up?
What's up, dude?
And we're back.
And go.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think we might maybe hired Stefanski a little too soon. I mean, what is because when we hired Raheem Morris, I mean, we had what? Vrabel, Ben Johnson, um, Bill Belichick, I think Jim Harbaugh at the time, right? He was in that conversation. So many good coaches that ended up having great records this season, that ended up, doing pretty well. Some of them were in some of them made a pretty deep playoff run. Vrabel's still there. So,
I think the biggest thing I think of when this happens is you always look at the table, like the spread that you had when
mhm,
you walked into this, right? So like Clint Kubiak was who a lot of people wanted because of his offensive mind. Mike McDaniel's now on the table as somebody who's interviewing for these jobs. And then now you have a situation where Sean McDermott, who's winning 10 to 12 games a season with the Bills, he's not getting it done in the playoffs, is now fired by the Bills and available. It's like, man, there's a lot of guys now. You're going to have this conversation we've already had in comparison to Raheem Morris.
Right.
And I get where like the skepticism comes from. I think from the outside looking in, this is a good hire. You have a guy who's had actual head coaching experience. He had 11 quarterbacks because of injuries over 5 years, and he still took a team to the playoffs two of those 5 years and won 11 games twice.
So yeah, I agree. I was so skeptical at first. I was borderline pissed off about this hire when the news broke. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, we are just becoming the Browns 2.0. Don't know our quarterback situation. Hire Stefanski. Great defense, though. I mean, it's literally the Browns. So, but I guess what I need to say about that is that Matt Ryan, the first ever president of football, he is in this position now where, he's making these decisions and he wants to, these are important decisions and he knows he's under a microscope. And a lot of these people that we were interviewing don't have experience with head coaching. Obviously, John Harbaugh does, but he's the hot ticket commodity item. And he ended up going to the Giants. And I think he ended up going to the Giants before we even wanted to sign anybody. So,
they offered him more money than we were going to pay him. He got a pretty fat contract. The Giants have that kind of money to pay a head coach. Right. I think the biggest thing when it comes to this pick is like you mentioned, or I can't remember if you just said this or not. I was pulling up a stat, so excuse my dumb ADHD brain. But is because Matt Ryan is new, because this is all clean slated, the first thing he's not going to come in is give some OC or DC their first break as a head coach and then immediately have that flack fall back on him.
Right.
They're going to go for somebody who has the experience of actually orchestrating a team that can go to the playoffs and have those wins. And obviously, if you look outside of the loss and win column, which is in the negative for Stefanski, also because he had a pedophile and Jameis Winston as his quarterback for 2 years. And make sure you hear the and. Because Jameis Winston is not a pedophile. Jameis Winston is
Deshaun Watson was a sex offender, not a pedophile. But yeah, same thing.
Don't sue us. Don't sue us. But he sucks. Guy's terrible. And so listen, that's the whole deal though, is like you got a horrible person who misses a season, then comes back, gets hurt, gets hurt. You're paying him $300 million or whatever they paid him to play, and he never played. And when he did, he sucked. Yep. So it's like, okay, let's try this with someone else. And the big thing to go back and look through this coaching tree, if you will, is Stefanski actually had Kirk Cousins as his quarterback when he was OC for the Vikings.
Which side note?
As well as when he was QB coach and offensive coordinator for the Vikings. So their relationship
side
is
note
tight.
Makes me think that Kirk Cousins is staying on the roster now.
Kirk, at this point, it's also like, what else would you do?
True.
I mean, if he can he's already cut his contract down once, by the way, so he's already agreed to a renegotiation of his contract. If he could do it again for us to free up calories, you know where my head's at in the new year. I'm dying over here. If he can free up some cap space, saying, hey, we're going to use this cap space to go get you a wide receiver 2 who's proven and not have to get it in the second round of the draft, that only helps both of them because he's going to reach incentives as well by throwing to those guys.
Yeah.
And I think what Kirk showed at the end of the year is he's still got some in the tank if the system's right for him and if he has time, which is all the Falcons are going to be doing. Mm-hmm. I say all this to say I actually have faith in the Stefanski hire on multiple levels, his ability to get the best out of quarterbacks, his offensive mind, and his ability to take a team that otherwise has sucked in the past 20 years to the playoffs and win Coach of the Year twice. I don't know, man. Like, I think you got a guy who's shown that he can do it. Just give him all the pieces, and I think he's set up for success now that they're hiring a GM with his approval as well.
Right. And I think, the important thing you said there was relationship, because it's not just Kirk Cousins he has a relationship with. It's Jeff Ulbrich. And because of, I'm not sure if it's 100% because, but, Kevin Stefanski being named the head coach, I think did have a big part in the Falcons being able to retain Jeff as their defensive coordinator for next year. So honestly, clap it up for that because
yeah.
we needed that. We needed that.
That was a win amongst this I think the other thing too is you had a lot of people backing Jeff. I mean, Arthur Blank wrote a letter of recommendation for Jeff to Stefanski when he came in, which only means as much as it does. Like, it's up to Matt and the GM officially and the coach to bring in their staffs. But that guy's proven his DC abilities everywhere he's been. And this past year, the Falcons were number 2 in the league in sacks after coming off a year where we were last. So it's like, yeah, you brought in talent, you developed talent, you got after the quarterback with blitz packages and players being injured all over the field, especially in the secondary. You still did what you did in the league. I'm all about Jeff Ulbrich. I'm cool with that. I think there's a coach that hasn't been officially named out yet that you're not happy about. But I will tell you, let's bring this up real quick.
Who? Who is
there's
that?
a guy. I want to talk about something else real quick. There's a guy who has been hired who is going to be our new offensive line coach. And this is huge. So we got Bill Callahan, who is now officially the offensive line coach for the Falcons. And if you go look at the pedigree and the resume of Bill Callahan, he's exactly what we need to build an absolute wall of an offensive line. Bill Callahan has built the offensive line and structure for the Dallas Cowboys, which, by the way, while he brought on all those teams and created that offensive line and coached them, they were the number 1 offensive line in the league for a few years in a row, top 5 after that while he was there. This guy is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to bringing in the right guys and getting the best out of them. And it is the position, if you ask me, that is the most crucial if the Falcons want to be a playoff team going forward. It doesn't come from run blocking. We do agree. I mean, we're also not going to be running zone pistol formation zone plays every time we run the ball at Bijan now, which is great. But the biggest thing to me is like, but this is the deal. We got a guy who's going to work really, really well to build us the trenches that we need to be successful on the offensive side. Because defensively, we get one good defensive tackle. We're set over there from those trenches. This offensive line coach is going to get done. Very, very happy with that hire. More so even than Stefanski, not because I don't like him. I just know you just hired the guy who's got the blueprint for success.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's interesting. I mean, there's definitely just a lot going on in the office and just a lot of changes. So I just am hoping that, everything is going to work out with the new GM. And then obviously, I mean, I don't know what the conversation is or what's going on in the office as of right now when it comes to our offensive coordinator. But I guess that is just more news to come because there's no way Zach Robinson is going to be the head coach. Offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it looks as if Tommy Rees is going to be brought in. Offensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns.
Wait, say that again?
It looks like he may get brought in just because he's obviously got that association with Kevin Stefanski, Tommy Rees. We'll see. I mean, Zach Robinson's not going to be here. I don't know why we haven't already announced that, to be totally honest with you. Like, why we're even – the more we wait to announce that, the more I'm panicked that we're going to have ZR back in the seat running pistol formations and just making everything miserable for our team. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if he stays loyal to the Cleveland crew or if he takes his time. I really would have liked to see us interviewing Mike McDaniel for the offensive coordinator job. Since he's taking interviews with every single team in the league right now, that would have been exceptionally nice. But we got other news, which is fantastic. We got rookies making the all-rookie team. Big shout-out to 2 guys I don't think we've talked about enough. I don't think we've ever mentioned their names. You guys probably not heard of them. It's James Pierce Jr., 11 sacks on the season, snub for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And he's really, really good at football, if you haven't heard about him. And then Xavier Watts, probably haven't heard of him either. These guys are record breakers on the team. Pull up their film. Pretty good, dude. What's crazy is that if Billy Bowman had stayed healthy, we probably would have had 3 guys on this team, which again is a testament to what we got going on from Terry's last draft class. Thank you, Terry, by the way, for one last draft class. Kraemer, thoughts on the Rookie of the Year?
I think the rookie.
Not Rookie of the Year. No, rookie
yeah,
team.
I was like, what? But yeah, no, the rookie team. I mean, well-deserved, absolutely well-deserved. I want to also say that all NFC team, Professional Football Writers of America, put Xavier Watts on the overall NFC team as well. So not only is he, getting admirations for, his rookie on the rookie team, but like he's already being named on an all NFC team, which is as a rookie, which is incredible.
Dog, man. And then I didn't mention this. It has nothing to do with rookies. I think it doesn't need to be said. Like, obviously, Bijan is first team all NFL, which is so deserving.
Yeah.
That guy is a stud. I made a reference to this in the past. It was like, if we're going to do a rebuild, I really don't think we need to rebuild now that we have a quality head coach. And I'm honestly just coping saying that because I don't want to trade Bijan away for first round picks. I really like the guy. He's such a good locker room dude, and he's the best play. He's the best thing Atlanta's got going right now. So thanks, Bijan, for making bad days as a Falcons fan, bad Sundays, a little bit easier. You're the man. What I was shocked to see is that we didn't have a single special teams player in any of these. I'm so shocked to hear that. No awards for our special teams, which absolutely sucked all year long. So I'm not shocked to hear that. That was sarcasm.
Yeah.
Probably the worst unit in football. Thank God they're not on there. Zane Gonzalez, good second into the season. I shouldn't knock Zane. He did.
Yeah, I mean, he was the only like real highlight of what was going on there at the end.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody else. We've already been talking for 30 minutes and we got a lot more to cover. So because we're tight on time for y'all, I want to transition over to Hawks news, which we're about 2 weeks late, but breaking news. Trae Young got traded to the Washington Wizards. We got CJ McCollum in a 1-for-1. No, 2-for-1 deal. We got some other dude who's not playing. It was a salary dump. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, everybody is saying we're getting completely fleeced here. So
there's no situation where we should have left CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
And then all right, that's fine. Give us your first round draft pick this year, or not even this year, next year, 2027, whatever you want to do, because getting CJ McCollum for Trae Young is kind of like, I don't know, you trade for basically the same productivity, a little bit better plus minus. CJ McCollum's a little longer, plays a little more defense, but he's also older.
Yeah.
This one kind of baffled me because it was like I thought we had a good piece to go out and get some futures, and we did not. When that trade came through, I was happy that Trae is going to get a new team. Happy for him to go stretch a little bit. Very unhappy with what we got in return.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles in Atlanta. It just like, of course, that's how that goes down. I was shocked because I was like, oh, maybe like the full article didn't come out yet. Maybe there's more details to it. And unfortunately, that was not the case.
Yeah, that was it. It was like the easiest edit for anyone doing trade stuff ever.
Yeah, they were like, that's it? Oh, okay. That's an easy graphic.
Yeah. I mean, imagine how great it would have been if the Wizards are going nowhere this season. I don't think they're going to go anywhere next season unless they do something I'm unaware of or hear rumblings of.
Yeah.
So to trade to get their first round pick next season with them sucking and then having what is currently right now the number one pick in the lottery this season with the Pelicans playing so bad, it would have been really nice to have back-to-back lottery picks. Obviously it didn't happen. We're definitely have a lottery pick this upcoming year, which is great. But I think the biggest concern for me is like we made the trade. We knew Trae was getting shopped. Like when he told his agents that he wants to leave, it was over. We knew that. So we all had our like parting time period. We're like sad about Trae, happy about Trae, all that kind of stuff. Well, so we got what we wanted, and the Falcons still suck. Or the Hawks, I'm sorry. The Hawks still suck.
Yeah, it's
and our defense hasn't gotten better, and I think that's the biggest
I will say,
concern.
though, since the last time we had our episode, we were very doom and gloom about the upcoming schedule, which was the Pelicans, Nuggets, Warriors, Lakers. We actually went 3-1 there. We beat the Pelicans, we beat the Nuggets on the road, we beat the Warriors on the road, and then we lost to the Lakers by 30, almost.
Yeah, and since then, we've dropped one to the Trailblazers, got stomped by the Celtics, and then lost by 2 to the Bucks at home, which just absolutely stinks.
Yeah.
Obviously, Giannis, great guy, love it. great player. But it puts the Falcons pretty solidly right now in
Hawks.
the bottom of the standing. The Hawks, dude. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to forgive me. The Hawks in the bottom of the Eastern standings here. Obviously, it's close to like getting to the middle of the pack still. I mean, we're looking at guys with 25 wins, 23 wins. We're at 20 wins. But just being below 500 is never going to get it
Mhm.
done. Everyone keeps talking about it in the rumor mill, which is
Yeah.
this potential Anthony Davis trade. Whatever we need to do to win now, we have a horrible rebounding situation on our hands. Porzingis is so sick. I honestly don't even know if it's healthy for him to be breathing air with other humans in a closed environment. The way he acts and the way he plays like 1 out of every 7 games. I don't think we should trade anything big to get Anthony Davis right now. I think we should all accept that this season's going to look like the past few seasons. We're going to get in somebody who should be successful as a rim protector
Yeah.
for the next season, and let's just hope for the best. Let's make the playoffs. Let's see what we can do. Jalen Johnson's still that guy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like this is going to be very similar to, like you said, the last couple seasons. We're gonna just try our best, see where we can go in, maybe get in one of those playoff spot, not a playoff spot, but like play-in spots.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well then we're just gonna like we have all this money now. We're gonna be able to pay people, and like maybe people will come to, or maybe we can go out and get people. I don't know. It's just like, from my understanding, like the like culture in Atlanta is like such a huge market for like NBA players. Like they love coming to Atlanta. Like they love the area. I mean, they're friends with all the rappers. They're friends. Like, dude, I mean, it just blows my mind, because I think it does have something to do with the leadership, or just something in the organization at the end of the day that makes Atlanta so. I don't see it, and maybe it's just because I don't understand enough, but is like Atlanta such an undesirable team to come and play for? Because I just don't feel like a lot of people go out and express that they would ever want to come here. And
I
I
think,
mean, I don't blame them, but
yeah, one of the biggest things I've ever heard about Atlanta negatively from a player's perspective, and it wasn't meant to be a bash on Hawks fans when it happened, but when Al Horford got traded to the Celtics back in the mid 2010s, I'm trying to remember, it was probably like 2018-ish time frame. He said basically like the environment here is way better than Atlanta. Like the fans pack out every game. There seems to be like a level of apathy in Atlanta
yeah.
from a fan base perspective, and also from like a general management and acquisition perspective, because you're right. Like, when was the last time we made a huge splash off-season ad? Like, there's no way that
Chris
Phoenix.
Porzingis.
Yeah, dude. There's no way that Phoenix is the hustle and bustle metropolis that's better than Atlanta as a market. And they've had, obviously, they drafted
I
Kevin
feel
Booker,
like
but they got Kevin Durant. Houston has Kevin Durant now.
I just feel like even Utah has done a better job recruiting people than we have.
Milwaukee, Utah, like all these teams have done a better job in
Guys,
markets that are smaller or less good.
We have like decently warm weather here, guys. Like, you don't have to be in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about having to deal with like doing trades with and being in the same category as Washington, Charlotte, New Orleans, and Sacramento, which is kind of what I honestly associate us with right now.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not a very serious spending franchise, is what it seems like, which is fine. I guess we'll be like a farm team for other teams, but there's a lot that's got to go down here. It's just really frustrating, man. Like, I thought this was going to be an instant spark. Guys can feel comfortable, kind of being like, all right, Trae's not here.
right.
We don't have the general. We can kind of march on, do our thing, and it's been kind of the opposite. It looks like we're searching for identity and getting bullied on the glass constantly, which is so frustrating to watch. It's just one, dude. It's just one. I wish they would go out and get Dylan Cardwell on a small deal from Sacramento. That guy, I saw some crazy stat that he's never even scored 20 points in a game, even in high school. He's got an NBA contract because the guy does all the dirty work. Just gets rebounds, gets assists, blocks, protects the rim. It's like, man, can we get someone like that who just wants to get after on the defensive end? We got enough offensive weapons.
Right.
Frustrating. Also, the Hawks just set an NBA record.
Oh, is that
Did you see
right?
that? Yeah. Worst shooting half from 3-point in NBA history. Pretty sick. I got to pull up the actual numbers.
Oh
I
my
just saw
gosh.
this. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I mean, the whole statistic. Yeah, they went 1 from 22 from behind the arc. Shout out Jalen and CJ. That is impeccably bad. But yeah, I mean, from that perspective, do you have anything else you want to talk about the Hawks? It's kind of like Porzingis needs to go. We need more big men. I don't think we're going to make many moves. Do we just flounder in the bottom of the East? Or
Yeah,
what?
I think we just stay hopeful and they're like, just see if we can get into a play-in game. But again, you got to, I guess, what's the tag? Believe, baby, believe.
Yeah, hashtag believe. We'll keep believing, man. I think the front office is going to be pissed when they start making less money because the city is hashtag not believing anymore. But
I
we'll get
mean,
to it.
yeah,
Let's move into something that should be a really bright conversation, and it is for the most part. And we'll focus on that, which is the Atlanta Braves. Let's give a big, big shout out to the best defensive center fielder in history, who has now been going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame as a Brave.
yes, of
Andrew
course.
Jones, baby. Let's give it up. Give a clap.
Dude,
Give a clap for Andrew.
He simply just deserves it. I mean, it's insane that it's taken this long, but then again, I don't really understand Hall of Fame voting when it comes to the MLB. So if you want to shits, I don't know what that even looks like.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a delayed period where you have to wait. I think it's like 5 or 6 years after retirement before you can be eligible to be inducted. The reason Andrew Jones has missed the induction is because of some stats that people who are idiots look at immediately and say, like, oh, he's not worthy of first round, which is like career batting average for Andrew Jones is 254, right? It's not very sexy off the
Yep.
page. Probably amongst the lowest actual outfield playing players who are inducted into the Hall of Fame. On top of that, though, let's look at this a little bit more statistically compared to his other outfielders. Andrew Jones retired with 434 home runs, which among players who actively play center field, it is the highest amount of home runs hit by active center fielders, right, that have retired. So pretty unreal for people that are retired right now. Great stuff. He also has the highest ever defensive WAR for a center fielder who's ever played, outfielder, not just center fielder,
Yep.
who's ever played the game. This is the problem with people who get pissed off about voting for the Hall of Fame because they give no precedence to defensive play. Even though it's what you're doing 9 innings of the game, 8.5 if you're at home. It's really frustrating, honestly, to know that people who are voting for this are weighing offense so much more heavily when you have a glaring defensive gem.
Right.
With Andrew Jones, who also was not. He was a stick too. It's not like you could say he didn't do it, dude. I mean, he had 5 straight seasons from 2000 to 2004 where he had 30-plus home runs.
Yeah, I mean, that's insanity. Also, I mean, 5-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, ML Player of the Year.
Also, don't forget those 10 consecutive Gold Gloves. 10 Gold Gloves came consecutively. For 10 seasons, he was the dog.
So that's what I'm confused about, like, why people might be upset with this, because, this is crazy. It's like, if I had 10 All-Pros in football, I'd imagine I'd at least get my name thrown out there a lot more, or at least had a lot more people backing me up.
Yep.
Because,
Yeah,
that's insane.
So people are not nobody's mad he's getting in. What people are mad at is that it's taken this long to get him in. And again, it comes down to the fact that, like, it upsets me that people who have done steroids obviously have been inducted. Not going to call out names. You know who I'm talking about. We have issues with certain people like Pete Rose who can never be inducted, and he's not allowed to touch baseball, but we'll let people who do steroids in
No,
because they
Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame now.
because they hit ball hard. Dude, what?
Yeah, he got inducted last year, the year before. He got inducted after.
No, he's not. They said he won't.
Oh, I thought because
Dude, I was like, there's no way.
I thought
Baseball,
they were going to consider it because he passed away.
No. No, it's good if
Okay.
they do, which I think is the right thing to do, is still give it to him, even though if he did pass away, like that's
Is Pete Rose not dead?
he's eligible. He did. He died in 2025.
Okay, I was about to say, damn, we're going back-to-back weeks and just accidentally not
Oh,
knowing
dude,
if somebody was
that's not.
dead.
At least this one's not associated with our teams, dude. The Ted
Yeah,
Turner thing.
yeah.
Ted, dude, we're really sorry still.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
apologize.
yeah, yeah.
We love you, Ted. You've done so
If
much.
you're mad
Appreciate
at
you.
us, hop on the podcast.
Yeah, come and yell at us. We'll give you 20 minutes to just scream at us and call us idiots, which we are.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you look at it, dude, 2-time Silver Slugger, 10-time Gold Glove, top 10 in MVP voting 3 times in his career, 5-time All-Star. He's the youngest player to hit a home run in a World Series game still. He's 19 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
That's
I'm blown away that his resume, even offensively, if that was the gatekeep, was just that he hit 254 in his career. Okay. He had a 823 OPS.
that's crazy.
I don't know. Like, that's what's frustrating. I mean, the guy's got 1,200 RBIs. Absolutely insane. So I'm glad he's getting inducted. It's
Yeah.
one of those situations where he really deserves it. Atlanta deserves it. I can't wait to see his jersey hanging up there next to the other guys who have made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure.
Now let's come back to reality.
Uh-oh.
We have a season coming up that needs to be played with guys who are still trying to make their name in case for the Hall of Fame. And normally around April and May, you can start getting frustrated by like, oh, we had an early season injury. John Murphy took a swing at a baseball and tore every muscle in his oblique, like happens every single season. You can get frustrated. What I don't normally hear and what I don't normally have to get frustrated about is mid-January, your newest and highest signee, Ha-Seong Kim, going back to Korea and slipping on ice and breaking his freaking hand. Are you kidding me? Our biggest vulnerability position is shortstop. We pay a guy on a 1-year contract to come do the job. And that 1 year we're paying him, guess what? He ain't going to even play half of it.
No. Yeah.
What an idiot, dude. Are you ice skating? That's got to be in your contract. You know how these contracts have, like, you can't go skydiving, you can't do dumb shit. And I'm sorry, I'll put money in the swear jar for this. What were you thinking being on ice, dude? Is Korea under ice storms right now? Like, was it a total accident or was he being dumb?
I don't know, man. I can't even imagine. It's crazy.
I'm so pissed about this, and it's one of those things where, like, again, I shouldn't have to be frustrated about this. I mean, am I justified in saying that?
No, I mean, that's fair. I mean,
Am I crazy?
No, you're a passionate fan. We paid this player. It's ridiculous. It is nuts. So
we immediately can go sign the Boston Orioles utility player. Got to go pull his name up because I'm actually not even sure what it is. Now we have 3 shortstops, 3 infielders that are utility guys. None of them have bats. Yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating. There's no other way to put it. It's like you have a glaring gap. Everybody wanted to go out and make a really big splash buy a shortstop. And it's like, all right, Ha-Seong Kim. Oh, that's just not, I mean, it's not that great. And we're not even having for half a year. So, great. Jorge Mateo. That's who it is. I apologize for not knowing his name. Listen to this. When you pull up just information on him, this is the kind of bat. Great. This guy, we got him off waivers. He batted 177 in 2025.
not great.
Sub Mendoza line.
That's
This
tough.
guy, dude, I mean, that is, it's frustrating. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this has really, really chapped my butt a little bit.
Yeah.
And I might go out and start punching ice like Ha-Seong Kim was.
Yeah, didn't you say there's also some speculation or now we got some people on the internet rambling about Ronald Acuna?
Dude, this is, okay, I'm glad you got me off of this, but this is another frustration, okay?
Yep.
So here's the big frustration with the conversations about the Dodgers. And if you're listening to this podcast, you're an Atlanta fan.
Oh,
Have
wait.
to be, because we're not talking about anything else.
I guess first things first also, like, hey, we're inevitably heading for a lockout.
Great. Honestly, baseball needs it so bad.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second, too. Let's focus on this.
Yep.
The big picture and the biggest problem with baseball right now, whether you agree with it or not, is the Los Angeles Dodgers, the literal inhabitant of Satan himself. Okay? The Los Angeles Dodgers are not only a problem with baseball, they're a problem with the world. They're a huge problem. If you're a person out there who says, I don't like fascists, you all shouldn't like fascists. You should hate what's going on in LA. You should hate the Dodgers. The Dodgers in general are the worst group of players and people on the planet.
It doesn't matter if you're left-leaning, you're right-leaning, you should hate the Dodgers.
You should hate the Dodgers, 100%.
If you're going to hate anything in this world, it should be the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The Dodgers this upcoming season are spending over $400 million on players, right? And that's not including the money they have to spend being over the luxury tax.
Mm-hmm.
That is the equivalent of 7 other teams' combined payroll for the year. Let's go a step further, okay? On top of that, that money for the $400 million does not include the almost $1 billion that is being deferred for Shohei Ohtani until 2028. On top of that, that number does not include the almost $200 million in luxury tax they're going to be playing this season. So it is literally the Dodgers versus the world. I would cheer for Al-Qaeda before I would cheer for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
You're telling me that they're almost at $2 billion worth of financial, like held accountable for almost $2 billion worth of financials that they're just getting away with not paying, that they're not paying.
They don't care.
Because money's not real and you never actually have to pay it. Yep.
Here's the one person in the Dodgers organization I'll tip my hat to, which is their owner. And the situation is, if there's no salary cap, I was talking, shout out to my dad who's going to listen to this and be like, yeah, it's my son pissed off about Dodgers. I love it. But if you're going to be allowed to spend this kind of money and do this, okay, fair. It's in the rules. You can go do it.
Yep.
The luxury tax is technically there so that you can't do it to the level they are. They don't care. They're doing it anyway. The biggest problem is, and this is where I tip my hat, most owners are spending under 35% of their total spend or their money on players. The Dodgers are spending almost 70%.
See, like, how does that work? What sense does that make?
That's all he wants. That's what a billionaire wants to spend his money on. And because this is a absolutely absurd, non-regulated market right now, that you have a guy who's just going to take full advantage of it.
There needs to be change.
I hope he's having fun, man. I hope his whole family's getting to come and watch this. I hope they're all having fun sitting in the middle of a parking lot because their stadium's in the middle of nowhere and it sucks.
That their layout for their stadium is one of like the parking deck, or there's not a parking deck. They've never heard of a parking deck, I guess, because it's actually absurd. Pictures of that gives me anxiety because
their stadium's ugly. They're an ugly city. They're an ugly franchise, and everyone who takes their money, there's consequences.
Yep.
I don't know if it's in this life or the next one, but there's consequences from shaking hands with the devil like that. And the biggest frustration, this is the reason we got onto it, is because people are really pissing me off right now on the internet. They're comparing what Kyle Tucker just got paid, $60 million a year.
Yeah.
We don't pay a single player that much money, and he's not even the best player, not even the top 5 player for the Dodgers.
They're essentially ruining the market for everyone else. This is like...
Dude, they're ruining baseball, man. They're just buying championships.
This is the equivalent to when we had Austin Hooper on the Falcons, and then he wanted a bunch of money, and we're like, we're not paying you. And then the Browns paid him like $80 million, $90 million as a tight end, and it completely fucked the market for tight ends. And then it went from that to quarterbacks, and like all this is like, and then eventually that shit has to stop. Oh, excuse me. Whoa, that one slipped out.
F word and a S word. And we got, that's like $20 in the slave jar.
Anyway, that being said, it's uncanny. It's not right, man. Like, of course, like, you think the Cincinnati Reds have the freaking money capital to be paying players like that? Absolutely not. Just not even a little bit. There's also so many baseball teams that are located in such significant areas with so much less money than Los Angeles.
Yep.
So it's like, how can those teams can't ever be good?
I have to pull this up because it's so disgusting. I have it right here. I'll read it out to you. I'll read out some teams that are being spent less right now, which is, I'm telling you, man, it's deplorable. It's disgusting. The Dodgers are horrible. So here we go. 2026 payrolls. The Marlins, the White Sox, the Guardians, the Rays, the Cardinals, and that stupid team in Washington They're all spending $427 million.
Combined or separately?
Combined. The Dodgers are spending $429 alone next year.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I think a lockout has to happen just because there's got to be some rule. I mean, there's got to be some. Yeah, no. This is crazy. I didn't realize it was that bad.
So this year they're spending a record $169 million in luxury taxes. So because they're so far above spending limit, Rob Manfred, you're a coward. Because they're spending so much over where you're supposed to.
Right.
$161 million is not going to players. It's going to taxes for paying them so much.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's disgusting. $161. I got to pull this up now. I mean, their luxury tax may be more than 10 teams payroll for the year.
I believe that. I'd actually 100% believe that.
This is worth pulling up because this is just absolutely creep mode, dude. I cannot stand it. It makes me infuriated. So they're spending more than 11 teams on luxury taxes this year. On luxury taxes. So do with that what you will. I'm repulsed. Baseball's broken. And the reason this affects the Braves is people are starting to put that word in Acuna's ear, like, oh, you're getting paid so much less than Kyle Tucker. Look what he can make. He plays your position. You're so much better than him. If you see someone posting that, start commenting on them. Start reporting them on Instagram. Start reporting them to their work. I don't know how we dox these people.
Is there any real situation where Acuna goes to the Dodgers?
Sure. If we don't change baseball and if we don't pay him what he's deserved, which I think AA, actually, I have no faith in AA to pay him. I think he should pay him, especially if he stays healthy over the next 2 seasons. I think he will be a Brave for life. It's a situation where even
does Ronald Acuna go to the Yankees? Oh, I'm scared.
No. He wouldn't go to the Yankees, dude. They're too big on don't celebrate, shave your beard, keep your hair short.
Oh, yeah. They're too traditional for him. I forgot he has.
I think he'd hate that, dude. He would not thrive in the Yankees. But dude, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Though he loves being in Atlanta. We got to keep him in Atlanta, and the way to do that is not to pour salt in a wound on social media to be like, you don't get paid a lot, ha 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 ha. It's that's not fun for anybody.
Just don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. When we inevitably have to play this all-star team, what, 6 times this year, Dodgers?
Yeah.
So when we go play the all-star team, let's try to win 2 games. And then if we make it to the NLCS and we play the Dodgers, I'm going to buy a World Series ring.
Yep.
Because no matter what happens, it's no, we won. We're not playing a real team right now. We're playing it's like NBA blacktop build your own team. It's not fair.
Yeah, they got all the cards in Madden to make a 98% team right there.
And it's not like poor me to the Braves. We spend a ton of money. The Braves spend $266 million. Right now, we have the 8th highest payroll for players in the league coming into this year. And it should be higher. We should be bringing in people still that should increase that number. But, I mean, it's a joke, man.
Yeah.
It's just an absolute joke. It's sickening. It's disgusting. Everything about the Dodgers, to me, is what's wrong with baseball. And you're going to lose fans. Baseball ratings are going to continue to decline if you don't do something about this. And if we're without baseball for 2 years because of a lockout that saves the game ultimately, I'll sacrifice 2 years of my life without baseball. The game
for 2 years doesn't sound real.
The game that I love. The game that I love.
Doesn't sound real.
But just wait.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into this, man. I mean,
someone's got to stand up. Someone's got to stand up for something.
Someone's got to be the guy. I volunteered Ronald Acuna to be our Rory McIlroy at the PGA.
Maybe not somebody at our expense.
So let me cool down.
Okay.
Kraemer, give me something that I still don't know much about. Tell me about what's going on at the Atlanta United while I take a chill pill.
Okay, so their first preseason training camp is underway for the 2026 season. Again, with a lot of stuff with the World Cup coming up. There's going to be some delays in certain games. And also, from my understanding, if players from their home are going back to their home countries and playing, the MLS might be in trouble this year, viewership-wise and player-wise, because, I mean, the game's just not that exciting.
So, and I don't know this. Maybe you know it. If you don't, it's fine. If you're on an MLS contract,
yeah,
it's breach of contract. I'm sure they don't care. Like if
I
you're a big
think
star, like it's like millions,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
like how does that work?
There's definitely an addendum in every contract where it's
Like you think they write that in? I don't know how that works.
no. I couldn't imagine a player from another country signing to play in the MLS and not having some sort of clause. Whereas if they can get onto their national team, they immediately have to do that.
So soccer is weird in that perspective. That like,
Yeah.
and I get it because the World Cup is sick. Even not being that much of a soccer guy growing up, I still watched the World Cup. It's what got me to play FIFA for 12 years of my life. I absolutely loved it. But it's like, it's weird that there is like this overarching every 4-year thing. Actually, every 2 years, because isn't there a European Cup that happens like every 2 years also?
The Euro Cup happens, and then there's the Copa America, which happens every 2 years.
That's North America and South America?
Yeah, that's every 2 years as well. Yeah. So that's like, yeah.
Well, it seems weird that that's like a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, you're going to take away time from your responsibilities to come play for your country. And then there's the Olympics.
Mean, it's like it's essentially like, hey, it's basically your what's the military term? Your Army Reserve.
You're being
Your Army Reserve.
This is your deployment time period.
Yeah. No, the MLS for a lot of foreign soccer players they're doing it. They're like, oh, I'm making money while also being able to be like one of the best players in the league. Whereas if I go back to my country and play for a club team, I'm probably like sub-mid. But then if they get the ability to even be on, a second string spot for their roster for the World Cup, I mean, believe it or not, other than like, I wouldn't say America is in that state right now, but a lot of people have a lot of dedication for their country and a lot of allegiance. So it's like they have a lot of passion to like be able to represent their country, not like our U.S. men's basketball team, but they have to be paid oodles of money to go represent their country. But it's the love of the game. It's like, hey, also it's like, that's a cool thing to tell your kids. Like, hey, I represented our country in football.
I just don't get it. Maybe it's because I don't get it. I don't get it.
I gave this elaborate speech, and you're just like, all right, no.
Here's the reason I just don't. I don't know. I don't get it. The reason I don't get it is because obviously, like, I would understand if it was every 4 years for the World Cup, and that was it. But it's like every year there's something where guys are abandoning their teams they play. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm this would be interesting. This would be a fun trip today too, is if we went over and actually interviewed some people at like a Champions League game or a what's the other one? A La Liga game outside their stadiums.
La Liga.
So you're a Bayern Munich guy, you're German, so you're not even what's their thing called?
Bundesliga.
Aren't they the LA Dodgers of that league though? Aren't you kind of a turd for that?
They're more like the New England Patriots dynasty. Yeah, but hey, that's my family, dude. I mean, that's where my family's from.
Right. Well, I mean, I think I'm Irish. I don't know if adopted. I think I'm Irish. They're not very good at much. They're good at rugby. I should definitely get into that. So.
I think I'm Irish. I don't know. I'm adopted. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Dude, I turn pink when I run. That's kind of my biggest tell.
Yeah, they have so Bayern Munich, by the way, has 34 Bundesliga titles. They've won the league 34.
Dude, and if we don't do something with baseball, you're really talking about the Dodgers like that. Yeah. Flashback to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit. He choked. He's so mad because he didn't block out. That's an Eminem riff for you right there. Listen, we're clearly getting into nothing here.
Yeah, okay, I think
let's send it home and get on the day.
So, Atlanta United is starting training camp. The Atlanta Dream, I mean, I don't know what the offseason looks like for the WNBA, clearly, but they haven't even, no news has come out from them since November. So, they're chilling.
They're chilling. We're hanging out. The last thing I want to say, let's end on a positive note, as we always do here. I really do want to shout out the 4 people that we talked about. These are the dirty birds of the week, if you will, even though they are not all football. Bijan Robinson. Clap, real quick. Clap, 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 clap. Love it. Let's go James Pierce Jr. Let's clap it up. Let's go Xavier Watts. Let's clap it up. Let's go Andrew Jones. Let's clap it up.
Yep.
All right, guys, like, awesome awesome week of guys getting recognition for things that they absolutely should. And being Atlanta guys, I absolutely love it. If you are a Braves player, I will personally sponsor you to have wrist braces, ankle braces, and knee braces until we start playing the regular season. If you need that,
Sit
give
at
me a call.
home, cover yourself in bubble wrap.
Pretend it's 2020 for you guys, okay?
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
I don't
yourselves.
want you to even get the sniffles, dude.
I would rather you guys look like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny when he's crawling on the floor in hand sanitizer naked than I would hear one more person slipped on ice. We said we're going to end on a positive note.
Yep.
Thank you, Andrew Jones. Send us off, Kraemer.
Hey, and that wraps up another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. And whether you flew here or you grew here, we appreciate you guys listening.
Hey, believe and stay safe.
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, hearts soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.